Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to sell without feeling sleazy. I know selling, especially when you're a nutrition entrepreneur, can feel so daunting. You don't want to be pushy, you don't want to be sleazy and grimy, but at the same time you need to get clients, right? That's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm going to show you how to frame sales as a form of service and actually make it where it's more service oriented, while also making sure that you actually get clients, right? Rather than having people ghost you. Before we get started today, I am excited to announce that the free one-to-one consult with me is open right now. So if you're interested in the Grow Your Impact program and you want to know more about how to take your business to the next level and start getting clients consistently while also not taking up a bunch of your time, be sure to stick around to the end of the video for the full announcement on that. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and get started. Number one thing that you all are struggling with, which is why you feel sleazy, is because you need to recognize your worth and value. Plus, you also need to have full belief in what you offer. If you're worried about what you offer, if you're kind of like, oh, I feel like an imposter, those two feelings are what are making you kind of feel like you're going to be sleazy and grimy. All right. So two things here. One, you need to actually move past this. And how you can do that is to really, really work on your mindset. Okay. If you're currently feeling really scared about this stuff, I'd recommend you go check out, I'm going to link it down below, one of my mindset videos where I give my best tips for nutrition entrepreneurs so that succeeding doesn't feel as challenging, because at least we move past that roadblock. But on that topic, you all have an amazing education. You're able to really help people. Maybe you have personal experience in what you do and you know how to solve this problem. You're valuable because of that. Just like someone who might not know how to do something else, right? When they see you and they see that you can solve their problem, you're valuable. But you have to have self-belief in it first. You can't be like, I don't know if this is a good thing to offer, and then try to sell it. That's probably why you're feeling this way and you're not wanting to even mention that you offer any kind of services. And when you move past that, a lot of selling becomes a lot easier. I've seen this time and time again with a lot of my clients. One of my clients, Crystal Merles, she was very scared about selling. She didn't want to be sleazy. She didn't want to be pushy. But when she started to recognize her worth and she became really proud of what she offered and how she helped people with managing their concussion and brain injury symptoms, then she realized, oh, I should charge money for this. I should be proud of what I offer. And she was able to get clients consistently on a regular basis. And she charges anywhere from $1,800 up to $2,400 for her services. All right, because she's created a program to help people. So that's you. Be sure that you're recognizing your worth. You're really working on your mindset and you're proud of what you offer. The second tip is to reframe what selling means to you. A lot of us think of selling as a bad thing. And so mentally, we don't want to do it, right? Because selling equals bad. So selling equals, I'm not doing this. I don't want to sell people. But that's because we have a bad mindset around what selling means or what it can mean for you. Because first of all, I know you didn't get into nutrition and helping people to just solely like make a bunch of money. Sure, making a bunch of money isn't a bad thing. It can even be a goal of yours, and that's wonderful. All right. But you also did this because you really wanted to help people. So when you know how to sell properly and you reframe the idea of it in your mind, now selling isn't going to seem like something you can't do. So what does selling mean? Sales, I want you to write this down on a piece of paper, post it on your wall somewhere, right? Sales equals an act of service. And I'm probably, a lot of you are thinking, what? An act of service? How the hell is this an act of service? I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to push myself on people. That's not what this is. Imagine you broke your computer, okay? You broke your computer. You need a new computer. You go to the Apple store, all right? You need one. You walk into the store. A man comes up to you and he's like, hey, can I help you? And you're like, oh, I broke my computer and I need a computer that's able to do this, this, and this. And so you tell him what you want. You tell him where you want to be. And he says, hey, this is the computer for you. This computer is able to do A, B, and C, just like you need. That is an act of service because guess what? You needed a computer and he's offering a solution for you. So as long as one, you're coming from a good place, and two, you're offering something that people really need, right? And you're solving a problem, sales is always an act of service. So be sure to reframe that in your mind so that sales doesn't seem like a bad thing, right? You should never be pushing stuff on people, hard selling, right? That's where it starts to get into, oh, this person doesn't even want this, and yet I keep being pushy. But that's not going to be you. It's really most about listening, seeing what people need, and then taking that information and seeing if you're a good fit and how your offer could potentially solve their problem. Third thing is you need to release attachment to making a sale. So what do I mean by that? Have you ever gotten on the phone before and thought to yourself, oh, I really, really hope that this person becomes a client. Oh, I need to get a client. I hope this person becomes my client. So even though intentionally you're not being pushy, your energy is pushy and people can feel it. And that's why I talk about the importance of releasing attachment to a sale. The goal should never be to be like, I gotta get a client. I need clients because I need to make more money this month. No. The real thought process should be, hey, I wonder if this person's a good fit. Let me talk to them. Let me present what I offer. Let me see if it's a good fit for them. And that's what you should be thinking, okay? So I want you to imagine this as, I really like to think about this as my experience when I was a teenager when I went to the dermatologist's office. I went there, I told the lady, and I was like, hey, I've got all this acne, and I've previously done this and this, and she interrupted me. She was like, I don't need to know that. I really think you just need to go on this medication and do this and this. And I was like, but I've used this other thing previously and it really worked for me. And she didn't want to hear it. She just wanted to prescribe this medication that she was convinced would work for me, even though I didn't even get to share my own experience. And that kind of sucks, right? Have you ever had somebody do that to you and you don't feel heard? That's exactly how the client feels. And guess what? If you're already saying, hey, this is going to work for you. Hey, this is going to work for you. How do you know? You haven't talked to the person enough, right? You need to actually listen to them. That's why sales is so much about listening. It's not about talking. So sales does not equal talking. Sales equals listening. And so that's why beforehand, you shouldn't have even decided that this person is even going to be a good fit for what you have to offer. You don't know that. You have no clue. Okay? You haven't talked to them enough. You have nothing to sell them. All right? So you shouldn't even be thinking about that. And if right now you have this, I've got to sell, I've got to I got to get a new client kind of thing, it's probably meaning that your marketing is lacking. And that's why you don't have enough calls to make selling kind of less pressured. So if that's you and you're having very few calls per month where people are actually wanting to work with you, go down below. I've linked a video about how to market your online nutrition business, and it'll talk about why you need to create more volume so that you can get more clients and it's not as much pressure on the actual selling part of things. Now, last but not least is to have a proven script. Now, this is not 100% necessary. I'm going to show you the basics of this here in a second, but it can be so helpful because it takes the pressure away because hey, this works. And that's why a lot of my clients, when they're selling their programs from anywhere from like $1,500 up to, sometimes even $3,500, the pressure's off. And so they're kind of flabbergasted when they speak to someone. And then at the end of the call, the person's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Right? Because you don't expect people to be able to pay that much or that they'd want to. You think they're going to be like, this is too much money. But, it doesn't always happen if you have more of a script of what you need to do and go by, right? And by script, I mean a framework of how to move the person in the conversation, okay? Sometimes that can be super, super helpful, right? But let's say you don't have a script, okay? What are you doing at the basis of this? So, what you're doing at the basis of this is you're taking people, and I've talked about this in other videos, right? If you go look at a lot of my marketing videos, if you go look at, how to actually get people to not always ask you for free advice videos, like why they do that, right? You've seen this, but I'm going to talk about it again. When you're selling, it should be talking about the current situation. What are they currently at? What are they facing? What are the benchmarks on that? What do you know about them? And then you want to talk about what they actually want. What do they desire? Okay? Where do they want to be? You need to get a benchmark. You need to know where they want to be. And then you need to diagnose this and think to yourself, hey, does what I offer get people to here? Get that person to where they want to be? If yes, then all you do is position your offer. So this is your offer as the vehicle that gets them there. And it's really as simple as this, is really asking good questions, listening, and then showing them because if it's not a good fit, you should not be making that person an offer, right? But if it does get them to where they want to be, then you can talk about what you offer and how it would get them to where they want to be. And that's at the root of it, all right? When you do things like this is why I've had different clients of mine sell a lot of their program, is because they're doing that rather than selling sessions or saying, hey, you're going to go through my questionnaire and then we're going to see stuff. That's unattractive from a selling point of view. People don't want questionnaires, they don't want sessions, right? So I hope this video helps you. Be sure to like, comment below. Do you have more questions in regards to selling? I can always make more videos on this. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I put out new videos just like this one every single Friday. In regards to the free one-to-one consult, this is for people who are ready to take action. So if you're in the information gathering stage, that's okay. But the best place to be when you're in the information gathering stage is to, 1, watch my YouTube videos, 2, follow me on Instagram because I put out a ton of information there, or 3, I have a Facebook group that you can join and interact closely with me, okay? If that's you, do that. But if you're ready to move on, you want to start really growing your business, you want to make real progress, and you want to start getting clients on a consistent basis, then be sure to go below and click on the link to schedule a free one-to-one consult with me, where we'll talk about your roadmap to get you to 6 figures a year. All right, with that said, thank you all very much, and I'll see you all next Friday.